quite in that same sort of like punish game philosophy, but certainly in the like damage and trapping type of like development that can certainly be there, as it is the Malo again. Locked in for ZeeBee, Juno on the Eliana. Game number 1. Let's see it.
Yeah, this is so...
It's a weird one.
So weird. It's really weird.
It's a funky.
It's, both these characters just have so many projectiles, and they're kind of slow. Like, Malo's pretty average speed, but his wave dash is kind of lackluster. Eliana, the opposite, very slow movement, pretty fast wave dash, pretty good airspeed. So we're seeing a lot of this right now, just kind of poking, throwing projectiles at each other, and then when the moment arises for one of them to get a hit, it's going to get absolutely insane real fast.
And it's just hard to not see, like, on an on-hit basis, like, ZeeBee not getting just, like, purely outvalued by how Juno's combo routes have been and how, like, Eliana functions as a character.
Yeah.
Moments like that are pretty great, though. If you get the opportunity to see the snake no mech, like, that's the time to party.
Yeah, I think that Malo can get a lot from just his zoning, whereas Ellie's going to be getting a lot more for value, comparatively speaking, and just in general, from the punish game.
Yeah, 1000% agree.
And, you know, it's always going to be hard, because, like, Ellie does have a hard time getting in on characters like this. So far, Juno holding her own quite well.
I can't believe Juno landed there, and I can't believe it went under the dash. Oh, another just absolutely insane, like, one-frame landing to get the mech back.
Yeah, okay. Good DI there from ZeeBee going way up, and Juno keeps getting put in these situations where she has to eject, and it's so hard to eject. Like, Eliana just has such a weird recovery.
Yeah, the ejects against some of those big meaty hitboxes that Malo has been putting out, and ZeeBee has been threatening, especially on ledge. Like, it's been back air city, it's been a lot of air as well. Like, it makes it so hard for any sort of big offstage commitment. Oh, wow.
Wow.
What a perfect little cherry bomb angle.
Indeed, not enough to kill, though. This mech pretty beefy. We're seeing right now it's potential blasted situation for Juno. However, some beautiful text up until that back air.
That was perfect. You know what we're seeing from ZeeBee is like wrestling control of the of meter progress away from Juno. Like, that's what those down tilts at ledge are for. Not only are they just generally very good, but as long as that forces Juno, like, if either on hit or on whiff, to spend a little bit more time, like, using propellers, or I'm forced to stall with steam a little bit more to regain, like, some time to recover high. Like, those type of moments are absolutely transformative, and then you get to see ZeeBee, like, have control over any sort of, like, ledge play and aspects of it, from just simply, like, putting out an active hitbox that Juno has to deal with.
Exactly. Yeah, it's tough. Oh boy, pulling out the finisher is scary right there. Oh, and the mine doesn't get connected. Oh boy.
Oh my god.
And just everything going wrong for Juno there, and everything going right for ZeeBee. That parry, at least a step in the right direction. So far, no dice. Just a lot of these hits that are not getting followed up properly from Juno.
Nice use of the firecracker to get right on in, finding the down tilt. And there's just bomb toss. Just,
yeah,
okay. We go together.
Go together. Good trade for Juno. And yeah, I feel like when Ellie gets in this even stock situation, it's not great to be behind in percent. However, you get in on Malo, you have a much higher chance of ending the stock in 1 or 2 interactions. The question is always how.
Oh, the interesting chase down there from ZeeBee, and yeah, just not willing to play around with steam as we run over the path to find the up strong. Couple cherry bombs landing, CC on the missile, and yeah, another forward strong there with no overheat triggering there. There was not really an easy way out of that situation, and ZeeBee takes the immediate answer to it. Bop, bop.
Yeah, Normal's coming out here, a little bit of that.
It's simple stuff, right? But it's like that type of consistent damage goes a long way, both as a defensive-oriented character and while trying to zone such an explosive one. It's like, all right, I'm just going to take my 30 damage, and we'll move on to the next interaction where you're having to deal with all of my extra tools. What a pickup.
Oh man, a bit of panic there on that rocket chest angle. And that's really going to bite Juno in the butt here. That could have probably been a stock, and now She's the one sitting at death percent.
And she is just looking for anything. Steam into order there. Maybe just putting out a ton of steam again.
Oh,
missing the
man.
down strong because he's, as he said it himself, is so bad.
So bad. Oh, there we go. That could be an up air. But it's not going to kill.
Still?
That's actually crazy on Rockwall.
Jab forward tilt not going to get there as we helicopter away. And there, okay,
Juno.
there it is. There it is.
Crying out. ZeeBee just going for the parries, and they're working. You gotta be looking out for that. It's just so devastating in this game.
Parry's what, frame 2?
3.
3? Yeah.
Frame 3.
It's just so good. Like, as the grounded defensive, well, the premier grounded defensive option, like, it is built to contest any sort of like crazy amount of like landing hitboxes or landing projectiles. Like it's what it's there to do. And yeah, the risk reward may be skewed well in its favor, but it is still one of those tools that you have to play around.
It's extremely high risk,
Oh
high
my
reward
God.
is the thing. If you see someone parrying, you gotta try to take advantage of that. That is kind of like a lot of sets can be won and lost by successfully baiting out parries. I know that from experience from both ends of the spectrum there. And yeah, right now it's hard for a character like Eliana in particular, where again, she doesn't have great scrapping tools. Her jab doesn't hit inside of her very well. Her down tilt's like frame 8.
That's tough.
Yeah. Oh boy. And yeah, Juno trying to play. It's what's tricky about Eliana is that her recovery is pretty good, but it's one of the only recoveries in the game that's like on a timer, because the more that you try to hover and the more you try to use specials to get people off of you, the more you're building up that heat and forced to eject. And ejecting is almost always bad.
Yeah, it's like it's a hard timer with like a soft like ending,
exactly.
guaranteed finish to it. Like it's a very Eliana's just strange across the board, and like manipulating and maneuvering with this character both offensively and defensively just gets so difficult, especially when you have to consider that ZeeBee is not putting himself at risk with all of the sharking attempts because the bombs are the one doing the talking.
Yeah.
Nice catch. Nice catch.
All right. And we are 0-0 here, at least for a moment. ZeeBee trying to find something here. That's some damage onto Juno, but nothing too crazy.
Oh, the big bomb was just high enough. Eliana's so big. He didn't want to spend any further meter in order to try and evade it. What an up tilt.
Okay.
Crazy anti-air, and you get to see a little bit of the desktop coming down. Down tilt, quick back air, finds the flare, but Juno goes high as opposed to going out.
Yeah, I don't know if ZeeBee had a way to get that high up. Oh boy. And yeah, just trying to use the up B. So many ways to throw these bombs, so many angles. Oh, just has such flexible zoning options when he's given the chance to zone.
They're still on 2 stocks to 2, but it feels so percent even. You need to get this overheat out. Juno prioritizes that in order to get some missiles going. Tries for the down strong into forward strong. No dice for ZeeBee in terms of closing that stock, but there is the bomb to clean up the mess. Finally, ZeeBee back to having a more established lead, though you can never really count on Eliana.
Yeah,
or
oh
Juno.
boy, going way far out here. I mean, the Ellie's not a very high percent. Oh, it's always so scary every time we get hit and eject.
Okay, prioritizing the mine there. Oh my god.
Boy, a beautiful loop. Again, I mean, okay, I know I said Malo has really flexible zoning. It's Eliana.
Yeah,
the missile. So many ways you can use it, and if you're a Premier Ellie like Juno, you're going to have that missile control on lock.
Yeah, did the round the world in way, way less than 80 days. And these up tilts on the ground are great from ZeeBee for this game. Like the platform height on the left side, on the right side platform is just so important to find control of. ZeeBee putting out a very, very quick parries. The steam force, that really tough scenario detonated by the mech. One more fist, one more, not gonna get there. We do find the wall as ZeeBee and have the firecracker online to guarantee the recovery. But this is the last hit game here, Cyber, and the read was covered, but it was dash attack instead of anything more.
Yeah, dash attack probably the safer option, but a very low reward one.
Oh my.
And Juno just throwing out every single one of these rocket fists, and it was an F strong that sealed the deal. We got a point on the board for Juno in a very bizarre and a very stressful set.
Yeah, there's a lot of.
He's asking ZeeBee what to ban.
Yeah, this is a tough one. They're actively workshopping this matchup in losers quarters. This is awesome.
I like want to give my thoughts, but we're like so close to them that I don't want to like fake coach.
Well,
I
you
guess.
know what? Whatever. What's your thoughts, Ivor?
What's my thought?
Yeah.
My thought is that I'm pretty sure I lost to ZeeBee on Tempest, and I think that one's a little spooky. I played ZeeBee's crack, mind you, but I think that one's spooky.
Yeah. I feel like
Interesting. So we're painting bigger stages here.
Yeah, and I feel like the vertical platforms, like way high up, like double jump height or beyond, like those are type of platforms that are just generally very beneficial for Malo's disadvantage state because they become so difficult to reliably contest that space as Malo is able to, between his up B and like Firecracker and beyond multiple jumps as well, you're able to reliably recover so high up and get there. So the lower platforms, I feel like at least makes sense a little bit more for Juno at least to try and contest. Granted, this is ZeeBee's counterpick though,
yes.
So
yeah, ZeeBee's got 2 counterpicks here, and going with the safer one first, I would say, in Gates. It's an interesting pick. I'm not quite sure how I feel about it. I always have kind of associated this as like the good starter stage for heavies, and Malo's obviously not the heavy here. However, especially when the platforms are on the sides, you get a pretty good amount of open space, and Malo is probably going to have an easier time contesting that top flat because that up strong is going to hit.
Oh yeah.
Whereas Ellie's going to have, you know, either, honestly, really just like up tilt, which is a lot more narrow and a lot slower.
Yeah, look at this just what consistency can offer a character like Malo. It's like there's no extra verticality, there's no displaced platforms, the movement is relatively regular, and the heights are always available to you. And
well, that's what's weird in this game is that most of the like low platforms, they're usually the same height. Gates is one of the only exceptions. And Malo is definitely a character who I think would want to use platforms a little more than Eliana. Eliana kind of uses platforms weirdly because her ground movement is so lackluster. Right. And her aerials are so slow. Oh boy, going for an up tilt, but no dice.
Couple firecrackers hitting the floor. Oh, quick little cancel. And these are those grounded up tilts. Like the flat drop aerial is just not available. The big bomb. Wait, it didn't hit ZeeBee because he was inside the character model.
Okay,
yeah.
There we go. But second missile gonna work out there. Juno's got the stocks evened up, but the percents not quite. Maybe continuing the war of attrition for the time being. But here we go, some spares. That's scary.
Look at the strength on those overheat down strongs. Like, okay, just going for another forward strong. Get into the wall. The damage that comes out whenever Eliana gets these big opportunities, like Juno does not let any on-hit moment go to waste. Like the optimized damage, missing out on the forward strong, could have just converted into like an up tilt or an up strong maybe to close out the stock. Instead, ZeeBee left with yet another opportunity to further this Acero ledge position, burning through. You have to take it. Yeah.
Man, see, the mine was really good there, but that extra time before the eject was really unfortunate. Thankfully, Juno not dying for that immediately. That's probably going to be it. Yeah.
I like throwing the cherry bomb at the snake. Like that would just stop right there.
I suppose throwing a bomb at a snake is not the worst way to deal with it.
I think many snake specialists would agree, maybe?
I don't know.
I have no clue.
I like snakes. I'd only be nice to them.
That's true. Leave the snakes alone.
Oh boy, that was a good up air. Yeah, gonna take advantage of the lower hit stun that you have as a heavy. And
oh my god,
man.
The up B to get the missile out.
Finally, we've seen Juno go for so many rocket fists, and it makes sense. It's kind of one of Ellie's only ways to follow up if you get sent far out. But a lot of them have missed. That one finally hitting its mark. We're going to see if that saves the set for Juno. If you're looking at these percents, it's looking grim.
Yes,
and there is a cherry bomb to finish off the set. That's going to be ZeeBee moving on 3-1.
Yeah, that was a